Presented tonight by New Gleam, the toothpaste for people who can't brush after every meal. And Gentle Joy, the new liquid that makes dishwashing almost nice. And now, Jane Wyman.
Good evening. Did you ever run into something so simple or so obvious you couldn't recognize it? Well, I did. Working on a crossword puzzle the other evening, I got stumped on a 9-letter word for love. And you know what it is? I'll give you a clue. It starts with H. You give up? It's happiness. And tonight it makes us happy to bring you a very unusual story about a heavyweight champion of the world and a magazine writer who exchange punches. Verbal punches, that is, because I'm the writer. Leo Gordon and I hope you'll enjoy Assignment Champ.
We'll rejoin Jane Wyman in a moment.
Oh, Nancy, time to do the dishes.
Wait,
Come back.
look what we've got
New Gentle Joy.
to make your dishwashing
Almost nice. Try it.
almost nice is the tiny capful that makes so many beautiful suds. Joy suds that smell so nice, feel so nice, are so very gentle to your hands. Did you know that Joy is actually the mildest liquid detergent you can buy? Well, it is.
Gentle Joy.
And at the end, when you're through, Joy leaves everything so sweet and clean and fresh. The water, the dishes, and you.
New Gentle Joy. Makes dishwashing
Almost nice. We've been through this 100 times, and the answer is still no.
But Susan,
No? Absolutely no.
be reasonable, will you?
I am being reasonable. You're the one that's being unreasonable.
Ridiculous. Is it unreasonable for a man, a successful man, to want his wife to quit working?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
You heard me. Why?
Well, I've worked long and hard to get to the top. You know that.
So what?
So I'm not quitting.
Give me one reason. One.
Well, that's easy. I can't let my boss down. He depends upon me. What would he say if I just upped and quit just like that?
He'd probably say, there goes the best darn reporter in the business. Hate to lose her, but after all, there are some things in life even more important than a byline.
Barry makes sense.
I am making
You
sense.
are not. How can you expect me to give up an exciting, high-paying job just to stay home and darn your socks and dust and be an old-fashioned housewife?
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I do want, for you to be an old-fashioned housewife.
Well, I'm not giving up my career to please some male whim.
This is no male whim. I don't care what you choose. This time I'm telling you what to do.
Oh, is that so? Well, let me tell you that the answer is still no.
Well, Mrs. Clark, we'll see about that. Well, look, baby.
No. No.
More coffee, Mrs. Clark?
No, thank you, Henrietta. I have to be at the office early.
Mr. Clark?
Sure, why not?
Goodbye, Henrietta.
Goodbye, Henrietta.
Oh, goodbye, Mr.
Yes,
The boss wants you.
I'm on my way.
You may go right in, Mrs. Clark. He's waiting for you.
Thank you. Yes, boss?
Come in, Clark. Come in. Sit down. Cigarette?
No, thanks.
I've got an assignment for you.
An assignment?
You look surprised.
Well, I am. I thought you were going to give it to me short and sweet, like 3 words, Clark, you're fired.
Fire you? Not a chance. I need you. What's more important, News Events magazine needs you.
But last night...
Forget it. That's home. This is the office. 2 different worlds.
Well, if you did fire me, I'd go right next door to World News and probably get a very nice raise.
Look, Clark, I didn't call you in here for a lot of chit-chat. Let's get down to cases, shall we?
All right.
This one is big.
The new outbreak in the Middle East?
No.
H-bomb in the Pacific?
No.
Well, come on, give. What is it?
You're covering next month's title fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
You're kidding.
I most certainly am not.
Well, I don't know anything about prize fights, and I couldn't care less.
Exactly why I chose you for the job.
Well, suppose you explain it.
Gladly. A heavyweight title fight always has been and still is the most dramatic single event in sports. However, things have changed. We're living in the era of the little electronic tube. This fight will be seen on television by 50 million people. 50 million. A figure to stagger the imagination.
All right, I'm staggered, but I still want to know why me.
Why you? I'll tell you why you. Because a large majority of that vast audience will be made up of women. Women like you who know absolutely nothing about prize fighting. Beginning to see the light, Clark?
You know I think you're right.
You bet I'm right. You haven't even heard the topper yet. It wasn't easy. Cost News Events plenty. But I bought you the rights to a pre-fight exclusive with the champ, Joe Suchek. And to kick this thing off big, the champ gets a cover spread with your story.
Why, that's great.
And with him on the cover, your byline.
Oh, darling, thank you.
All right, Clark, now get me a story. I want to know what makes this fighting machine tick, what Suchek eats, how he trains, what he thinks, everything. Get plenty of pictures, complete coverage.
Right.
News Events is counting on you. Now get out to that training camp and don't come back until you got that story.
Right, boss. Goodbye for now.
Were you able to follow the conversation, Mr. Gordon?
Not too good, no.
Well, that's a shame. Because even if I do say so, I handled the situation brilliantly. Brilliantly.
Sure, pal, sure. Now, how about the check, huh?
The check? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Shall I make it out to the champ?
No. You can just make it out to me. You see, a manager usually handles these financial deals personally. It's easier that way.
I'm sure of it. To Harry Gordon, $1,000 and no cents. There you are. Everything in order?
You ain't gonna stop payment on this check.
Of course not. A deal's a deal.
Okay, but I still don't get it.
What's the trouble?
This. $1,000 for the rights to an exclusive interview that you ain't never gonna get.
You're sure of that?
Are you kidding the way that guy hates reporters? Why, he wouldn't give an exclusive to his own mother, and you know it.
Ah, but this particular reporter doesn't happen to be his mother. She's a very beautiful and incidentally a very clever woman.
Yeah, I see what you got in mind, pal. But it won't work. The champ also hates dames. And a dame reporter, oh, murder.
That's excellent, Mr. Gordon. Excellent.
$300.
Pass. 310.
320.
30.
You're pushing.
So give it to me. So 350. Yours.
You help me get it. How's your luck at a million ways to hit?
You overbid.
And so who asked you? Just shut up and deal.
How do you do? I'm sorry I'm late. I'm Clark from News Events, and this is Smitty.
Hi.
Which one of you gentlemen is Mr. Suchek?
I am.
Oh, I thought fighters weren't supposed to smoke.
They ain't.
Well, Smitty, why don't we just set up right here? We'll get a few shots of the card game. And would you mind taking the cigar out of your mouth?
Hey, Shorty, get that stuff out of here.
Now, you just leave this to me. I'll pick the shots for the layout. Go ahead, Smitty.
Maybe you didn't hear me, Shorty. I said get that stuff out of here.
How am I going to cover a story if you won't let my photographer set up?
You ain't.
I beg your pardon.
Once more, you ain't.
But I don't understand.
What's the matter? You got holes in your head or something? I said you ain't. You ain't covering any story here.
Well, you certainly picked a fine time to change your mind. News Events has paid you a handsome sum.
Stop yapping at me. Shut up. How the devil did you get in here anyway?
Well, I just walked in.
Yeah, well, you just walk out again and take Shorty here with you.
Well, what about my exclusive?
Exclusive? Are you nuts or something?
Well, I'm not, but you must be if you think you can get by with this. News Events can sue you.
Okay, Sue. Only get out of here. Get lost.
Now, you listen to me.
Out!
I will not out. My boss ordered me to tell a story to the millions of women in the living rooms of America about the truth and facts of the fighting game, and you, too. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, whether you like it or not.
The truth, huh?
Right.
Hey, guys, get this. This is a real twist. The reporter, and a dame at that, wants to tell the truth about boxing. Well, you wouldn't know the truth if it come up and hit you in the eye.
Prove it.
Okay, I will. Hey, Rocky.
What's doing?
Come here. This is a reporter, Rock, a real big shot. I want you to give her an exclusive, okay?
Sure, you gotta play ball with the press.
Absolutely. To start with, tell the lady your name.
Sure, handles Rocky Green.
Mean anything to you? Mean anything to you?
Well, no.
You really got a lot to learn. Rocky Green was one of the greats, one of the all-time greats.
I see.
You do, huh? Tell her how long you held the title, Rocky.
Title? I held the title for 6 years. 6 years. I defended the crown 14 times.
How much money did you make?
Money?
You heard me, money.
About $1 million.
$1 million. And how much you got left?
Left?
How much?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And how do you live?
You know.
Never mind, how do you live? Who takes care of you? Who feeds you? The fat promoters, the ever-loving fans, the rah-rah newspaper boys? Who?
You do. You do, champ.
You still in shape?
Oh, sure, I'm still in shape.
Good. Move around a little. Show some of the old style. Maybe the lady would like some pictures.
Sure.
Now you really got something to tell them millions of women in the living rooms of America. Go on out in the kitchen, get yourself another chunk of pie.
With ice cream.
With ice cream.
Boy, you really told this dame...
Shut up and deal.
Yeah. For you, champ.
Yeah. I gotta use your car.
You what?
My car's in the garage. Look, I ain't got time to argue. My kid's been run over. I gotta get home quick.
Why didn't you say so?
you're hanging up your clothes, do you ever wonder, what do they say about your whitewash? 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 If you have any doubt, you can be sure folks will say the nicest things when you use Cheer. You see, Cheer has a secret ingredient. It's a new kind of whitener. Cheer's exclusive Blue Magic Whitener. In fact, Cheer washes clothes so clean, so white, you need no bluing, no harsh bleaching. And yet Cheer is mild, gentle for delicate fabrics and colors, kind to your hands. You can be sure that you'll get compliments on all your wash. People will say only the nicest things when you use Cheer. Cheer, the only suds with Blue Magic Whitener.
Doesn't make sense getting yourself killed on the way home.
I'll tell you what don't make sense. I buy a nice house out in the country. Big backyard, lots of grass, fence, everything. On a dead-end street yet. My kid runs out into the road after a lousy model airplane and wham! Car smashes a little guy down. Me, I'm brought up in the streets. Play right under the wheels of cars and trucks every day, never a scratch. That's what don't make sense.
Well, I still say...
Shut up.
What's your name?
Missy.
Mine's Susan.
I'm hungry.
Well, show me where things are and I'll fix you something to eat. Well?
Milk.
Don't you ever say please?
Milk.
Kid ain't gonna give you no exclusive either.
You can stop being a tough guy, Joe. I know better now.
Evelyn, what are you doing here?
Why? Thought I might help.
Thanks.
Can I fix you some eggs?
No.
How about some coffee? It's fresh.
No, thanks. Thanks.
Joe, may I take a tray up to your wife?
Doctor finally gave her something. She's asleep.
Oh, that's good. Joe.
Yeah?
How's the boy?
Don't know. Head injury. Still out.
What does the doctor say?
Says we'll know before the night's over. Poor little guy. Wish it was me instead. Feel so helpless. How do you fight something like this?
What now?
Betty, bye.
That's a very good idea.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Missy. You sleep well now.
Now, you go to sleep.
Fluffy!
Who?
Fluffy!
Well, you're welcome. Well.
Yeah, Missy's dynamite.
Well, she's convinced me of one thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Your boy's gonna be all right.
Yeah, how do you figure?
From what I've seen, the Suchek clan is just too tough to be stopped with a count of 10. Even by an automobile.
Hope you're right. Hope to God you're right. It's funny. Everything I did was for him. For the family.
Boxing, you mean?
Yeah. I was just a plain everyday buck-an-hour slob. No education, no brains, nothing. I wanted my wife and kids to have a better shot at life than I had. If it meant getting my face pushed in and my brains beat out to do it, well, that was okay, too.
Is it that way with the others?
I don't know. But one thing's for sure. Fighters is fighters because that's all they can be.
Mr. Suchek.
Yeah, Doc?
There's nothing to worry about, but could you come up here just a minute, please?
Mommy, Mommy!
Why, Missy, what's the matter, honey?
Patrick!
Oh.
Mommy? Mommy?
Oh, shh. Missy?
Miss Clark. Miss Clark.
Is the boy all right?
Like you said, Suchek's is tough.
I'm so grateful to you. I'll never be able to thank you enough.
I was happy to do it, really.
Thank you.
I'm hungry.
Miss Clark. You still want that exclusive? With pictures?
Hey, you're not paying any attention.
Yes, dear.
Susan, I have a confession. I handed you a loaded assignment and it backfired. I was trying to force you into quitting. I thought maybe you might... Oh, what's the use? I know when I'm licked.
Darling. This story didn't backfire on you. It backfired on me, and I couldn't be happier.
What?
I learned something in the last 24 hours, and you were right. There is something more important in life than just a byline.
Susan.
The fabulous fragrance of Camay. The fabulous fragrance of Camay. Like a gentle murmur, Camay's expensive new perfume enfolds you in fresh, delicate fragrance. And with it, Camay has blossomed out in a soft, serene pink, as lovely and fresh as flower petals. And for a magic touch of pure luxury, new Camay contains cold cream. Soothing, smoothing cold cream. Dip your petal pink bar of Camay in water. Feel the silken caress of its rich, creamy lather. Here is your beauty soap, the one soap that has everything you've always wanted. So shouldn't your skin have gentle Camay care? Get new pink Camay containing cold cream tomorrow. New Camay, the soap with a fabulous fragrance for women like you.
Thank you for being with us again. It's time for us to say goodnight now. But I want you to see a scene from next week's story.
See something you want?
Don't let me keep you from anything important, Peggy.
Oh, you won't, honey. But take a tip. The injured fawn look won't work with him.
We hope to be seeing you. So until then, good night.
Jane Wyman has been presented tonight by Cheer, the blue magic suds that give you the whitest wash, and new pink Camay containing cold cream, the soap with the fabulous fragrance.